good? It's Nori for LoudGenius.com. I have a really special guest. I am Reggie's son, aka Jordan, aka Shorty the Prince. You've went through, oh FK. You've went through a few different transformations, I would say, in the last few years. So for the audience that's never had the opportunity to know you and know who you are, give a little bit of background about who you are. Who you were and who you are now.
I'm the son of Reginald and Janet Johnson. I'm born in St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. Moved to Detroit when I was like 19 years old. From there I went New York, Atlanta, Cleveland, D.C., which is where we at right now. And initially, you know, I started writing raps when I was in the 5th grade. And I got an opportunity to get on the radio when I was in the 7th grade, and almost didn't do it because I wanted to rap. But then, you know, my mentor, D Stone, like, who didn't even know me at the time, but just, you know, took the time to talk to me and say, hey, this could open these doors. So I started the radio, and that's where Shorty came from, because, you know, I was short. I was like 4'11" till I was like in my junior year of high school. So, you know, that got me a name in the city and throwing my own parties. And then I started dropping records. And at one time in '08, I had like the #1 song and the #1 show in the city. And yeah, from then, you know, Detroit went on to like do BET, which probably got like was my first like super national look. And then you know, that's what kind of stamped like Shorty the Prince like nationwide. And then continued to do radio. Did a show on Fox after that with Ryan Seacrest called Knock Knock Live. And yeah.
What happened to that?
Terribly executed show. The idea was amazing, but yeah, they didn't execute it how they should have. But yeah, during the whole time, I got signed to Atlantic when I was 15 years old. So like, you know, the music it always stayed simultaneous with like doing the radio and everything. But you know, the hosting side of the radio side just had more staple like acclimates. You know what I'm saying? Like things to associate it with big names. You know, so shit. From that point, you know, I continued to do radio like after those couple shows, but then like stepped away from that maybe about 2 years ago almost to just grow as a man and also like fully dive into the music like back how I wanted to, because at one point I was like sleeping in the studio, you know, and then like when things got to going with on the other side, you know, that side kind of slowed down, not intentionally, but just like time management wise. But then I also realized like, you know, you young, you distracted, you know what I'm saying? So I gained more discipline and then really got to a point where I just got like that fuck it gene. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to get to a point where you just don't care what nobody think, like you tunnel vision. You know what you want, you know what you see for yourself. And, you know, people either going to latch on or just, you know, be left, you know. So that's the point where I just got to recently where it was like, yo, Shorty the Prince didn't represent me no more, so I had let that go. And, you know, on the music side, I go by Reggie's son because, of course, my pops is named Reggie, and that's somebody who, you know, I like to honor and somebody who had a lot to do with who I am and just something I'm going to be forever and have always been, you know what I'm saying? So I never had to change that. And then, you know, when they approached me back about the radio thing, it was more so like, shit, I'm fully comfortable being who I am. So, shit, on one hand, I'm Reggie's son. On the other end, I'm Jordan, you know, like, in St. Louis, I'm gonna always be called Shorty.
Right.
They don't really know nothing else, but like everybody else gotta come around. You know what I'm saying? So,
so I think people are definitely coming around, but you've been buzzing, I would say, for a long time as far as your career. What do you want to see happen with your career? Are you looking to get a deal? Are you looking to stay independent? What is the goal for you as Reggie's son and as a lyricist?
Well, definitely the goal isn't to get a deal. The goal is to do what I love all the time and be able to make it lucrative enough for me to do what I want when I want it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about, I realized when I was young I was kind of chasing fame. Mm-hmm. And then I got a little taste of it on every level, and it was like, oh, this ain't necessarily what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, dang, like, people just in your shit all the time, like, and just, you know. Yeah, and just like, you know, especially now, it's like, man, I'd rather be the person in the cut doing what he love and being happy as opposed to, you know, it's a lot of rich broke people. It's a lot of famous people who are unhappy. It's a lot of rich people who are unhappy. So it's like I want to be that balance of you know, productive, happy, but also doing what I love, which is music. My favorite aspects are, you know, creating and performing. So if I can do that and provide for myself to be able to do that and, you know, have a core fan base, then I'm good, you know. So that's my goal, is to just continue to satisfy those who've been riding with me forever, and then also influence and uplift like the new people who come around, you know what I'm saying? Let them know, if you're gonna hop on this how we rocking, you know, it's nothing but up, everything positive, you know, so.
So I've had the opportunity to see your live show, and I wanted to actually see your live show before sitting down and talking to you, so I could really understand the experience of Reggie Sun and what that seems like, what it feels like in the room, how the people interact to your vibrations of good music going out. But I think ultimately what I walked away with is feelings ain't facts. I walked away with knowing a little bit more about you, because it's a very intimate setting that you have, and you actually walk us through, I believe, the journey of your music and kind of what your mindset is before every song, which I think is beautiful, because you don't really get that, I think, when you think about large festivals. It's just not that intimacy, and I'm sure you want to do large festivals as well. But talk to me about how you put your show together and the performances that you do, and why you do them the way that you do them, because it's a really great experience.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like the time period now of like getting more followers and getting more, and it's like sometimes, you know, if you satisfy your loyal ones, or you get in, like, tap more into who you got instead of just trying to gain more people to kind of, you know, shallowly, I don't even know if that's a word, but kind of, you know, shallowly, you know what I'm saying, like half-ass tune in, you know, you give me like 100 real ones over 100,000, you know, part-timers, you know what I'm saying? Give me some people that's going to buy into and roll with me wherever I go, as opposed to people who just going to be there when my position is in a certain point. You know what I'm saying? So once I start doing that, it was like, all right, I don't care like who gon', you know, like gravitate to what I'm doing. Now it's more so like for those who want to stay in tune. That's the thing. Like, I fill the room with people who want to be there.
Right.
So it's not like one of them things to where you going out and you don't know where you're gonna get. Like, everybody knows that they coming, what they coming for, and even if you didn't know, it's like you open to find out. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, you don't know what kind of energy in the room if you just going to a club, or you just going, you know what I'm saying? So I put into that more so like it's like a update for the people who have been there for me. You know, like if you've been seeing me distantly on social media, whatever. Look, that's why I don't, because of course with my media connections, I could go right to every radio station, TV station, newspaper, and say, hey, I got a show this Saturday, just sell it out. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing is, like, I always say, it ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody. It's for those who are open to things, who want to have a conversation. It's damn near more of a conversation than it is like a performance. You know what I'm saying? So, but I make it fun. You know, I include those. Yeah, I include those elements where I challenge you and challenge the crowd to get involved, and also take you to that place where it's like, oh, this is my shit, and you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of music. I feel like this music has become way more than just about the craft. You know, and I'm a student of the game, and I love the craft, you know what I'm saying? Arts and the crafts, this what I'm doing. Like, it ain't about the clout or everything around it, and then you hear the music. It's so many people we talk about, I never even heard a single song from. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they all in the media or whatever, so, you know, I'm more concerned about, hey, you gonna come out, you gonna have a good time, you know, I'm gonna make you leave her with something. I want you to leave her and tell somebody about it, so that maybe next time you bring them or they want to come, like. So that's what goes into it, me just knowing that it's not just you coming to watch me perform. This is like an open thing that I want you to come back to, you know.
So interesting enough, I've seen you wear the museum several times. Yeah. Talk to me about the importance of supporting Black as a Black man with a voice that people listen to.
Yeah, and I try to make sure I do it like anytime, like it's documented, you know, because that's something I strongly represent now. It's like, I got tired of half-assing a lot of stuff, so it's like, man, you know, nowadays it's like boycott this once they do us wrong, but it's like, shit, you know, wear what you like and get what you like. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna buy Gucci or you gonna buy whatever, buy it because it looks nice to you and you want to put it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to be oh, they said this about us, because you know them people ain't for us no way off the jump. But at the same time, if you buy black, it's almost like these celebrities and stuff, you know, when they do that, it's like they make it so we need a reason to buy black. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, they doing this, so now let's just support us. No, we should be doing that from the jump. And I know sometimes as like people who have like black businesses and sometimes the business don't always be in order. But at the same time, you don't give up on that place that you love if they get your order wrong. You know what I'm saying? You go back. So I'm like continuing to like until we get it right, I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like respect like people like the museum, because I've seen that from when they first got the spot on 2014 Rhode Island Avenue, and now it's like a staple in the city, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere everybody, a lot of the celebrities, anybody, athletes, you know, rappers, they come from out of town, they come to DC, they stop by the museum, eat the same way in DC. St. Louis, you got like War Ready, and you got like a BPLR, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, and these are all the people I'm cool with. So it's like, you know, same way Jay said, like, if Diddy got Ciroc, why would I buy Grey Goose? You know what I'm saying? So if my people's got me, and they make fly stuff, like, why am I going to go? And then at the same time, we always looking for, like, hey, a discount. Oh, I ain't going to buy it to them, but you'll pay $300, $400, $4,000 for this. And you don't know this person. This person really don't even mess with our people, you know? So it's just more about, like, that black bucks, man. That's you're gonna start seeing that a lot more too, like black bucks. And hearing me saying that, it's all about keeping that black dollar circulating. Every other race or whatever, they look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that as well as we should. So instead of just being somebody who talk about it, I be about it.
Well, you're definitely about it, and I think we see that in the content that you're curating and putting out, and I think we see that in your lifestyle. And I think that's the biggest thing as a friend that's been able to see you grow and transform.
Right.
Like, I've really seen a transformation in just how you deal in life, and I think that's really, really dope. So it's definitely an elevated thought process.
Yeah, for
that
sure,
you're.
And it's like, you know, it took my time to be able to do that, because you know we all about, you know, hustle every day, get to it, no sleep gang. When really that's not a healthy mentality, because you out here ain't not sleeping and you operating at 30%. So you're not even really getting nothing done, to where the point where if you work smarter and not harder, and you put that sleep in your schedule to where when you go out here you giving 100 and you can get done in a day what took you a week to do, just because your mind is clear and you got that capacity to get it done, you know, you start looking at things different. So
Reggie Sun is out.
yeah, Reggie Sunday, the EP out right now, second Sunday. Drop a joint called High in Love this week. You know, Beyonce had Drunken Love, so mine is called High in Love, because I feel like high sex better because it heightens your senses, you know. And you can, you know, sometimes drunk sex, like, you going so hard and you wake up like, what happened? Like, you damn near don't remember. Like, high sex is detailed.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, you know, if something feel good, it feel great.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's produced by Maestro Frio. That's like my main guy right now, him and my cousin Tez Banger out of St. Louis. So, yeah.
So we can get your music on what streaming?
Everywhere. Wherever you listen to music on, just search Reggie Sun. It's on there everywhere, man. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody who's already tuned in. And if you're not, you know, get in tune and, you know, just know that feelings ain't facts. She said it earlier, but that's something I live by. Everybody entitled to an opinion, but a lot of times we don't do stuff out of fear. And it's usually fear of what people think or might say or what might happen or whatever. And we make a lot of our moves too opinion-based, you know, instead of just going with what we feel and what we know, you know what I'm saying, and rocking like that, you know, because if you try, people change.
Yeah.
You know, people are shifty and trendy, so if you try to base what you're trying to do off people, you know, you ain't never gonna just do it. Sometimes really it's about consistency. You know, you stay to it, it's gonna come around eventually.
What's your social media?
Instagram, you can follow me at I am Reggie Sun. Facebook is Reggie Sun.
Thank you so much for taking the time to check in with loudgenius.com. Again, this is our speaker series and basically a who is Reggie Sun.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you taking out the time to talk to me.
Well,
so thank you.
Nori. And Nori's amazing herself. She's been doing her thing, continuing to do her thing, representing like a black queen should.